Yo, welcome back to another episode of the JM Show. I am your host, Jody Mo, and we are back with another episode, man. It is Monday, so you know that's Mo Day. Let me fix my. All right, so our first topic for today, we have the final games. Now, obviously, I haven't covered any of the games last week. I didn't drop an episode. I had some stuff going on with the fam. But yeah, so we back. So we got the Thunder versus the Pacers. As of today, that stands 2-2. It's a tie series. How has the series been? Uh it's been cool, man. It's been a cool little series. I think the highlight of the series came in game one. Obviously, Tyrese Halliburton hit that game winner. That's probably been the biggest moment from the series. So game one, the Pacers take game one. Obviously, Halliburton hit the game winner. Dope shot. Traveled a little bit, but still, they ain't call it, so it don't matter. You know what I mean? Shout out to Halliburton. Game two, blowout, right? The Thunder come back and just blow the Pacers out. So, it's a 1-1 series. Game three was a lot closer. I think Pacers took it away in like the fourth. They took kind of that lead in the fourth. And Shea had some moments where he was real looking like he was about to take the game over, but fell back a little bit, got into some foul trouble. They was missing layups, missing shots, a lot of turnovers. So the Thunder was definitely showing their age in that game. Even though they both still young teams, the Thunder game three was showing like, I don't know, like maybe they was a little nervous. The crowd was a little too loud or something, but still ended up being a good game. Obviously, Shea takes a lot of heat for the foul drawing. But that's a part of the game. You know what I mean? D Wade used to do it, Kobe used to do it, James Harden obviously used to do it. And I think that's where Shea kind of get his like foul drawing thing, his skills from, like Harden, because Harden used to do the hook and kind of take a player with him while he's doing it. They got this they got this little meme of Shea, with the faces he be making while he trying to draw these fouls, and Shea look crazy, but he's still an MVP, number one team in the West, number one team in the league. And this is year. Me personally, I still had the Thunder winning. I still feel like they're in control of this series. But game three, Pacers win. They go up 2-1. Game four, it was looking a little shaky early. It was. I was like, oh no, if the Pacers go up 3-1, it's a wrap. But Thunder tied up. They win game four. A lot of people saying the Scott Foster thing, like the NBA wanted to extend this, but I don't see that, man. They've been reporting that these ratings ain't good. They've been reporting that ain't too many fans kind of tuning into this series. And I mean, it's a series with young stars, right? This probably people first time watching the Pacers, probably first time watching the Thunder. To be honest, like these ain't two teams that like, I think the average fan has like maybe 3 or 4 players, maybe not even that, maybe 2 or 3 players who will make them watch a game. Like I like this guys. Obviously, you have your team, right? Whoever you root for, and then you might have 2 other guys who's like I will watch because he's playing, right? So other than that, it comes down to matchups. It comes down to marketing, maybe like a rivalry, something happened between these two teams and make you want to watch. But or you just a diehard basketball fan and you'll watch any game, which I will. I won't pay attention to every game, but I will watch it. So yeah, I don't think Scott Foster was brought there to extend this series. I think Shea just good at foul drawing, man. That's what he do. Like I said, D Wade used to do it, Harden used to do it, Bane used to do it. You leave your feet, and I'm gonna make you pay for it. Now, once again, Shea and Harden, they kind of make you foul them, or they kind of flop a lot. So people get mad at that. But hey, man, part of the game. Only thing you could do is go to the ref and tell him, look, he's making me do that. He's hooking my arm. You need to see this. There's 3 refs out here. Somebody need to see this. But that's how the game goes, man. So we have game 5 tonight. I expect the Thunder to win. The Thunder is back home, so I expect them to take a 3-2 series lead and probably close the Pacers out in Indiana. You never know. It might go 7. But I expect them to win the next 2, the Thunder. And shout out to the Thunder. Shout out to Shea. You know, a lot of these guys on the team, I'm just learning about a lot of them. They hoopers. Isaiah Joe definitely got a burner. Um, so yeah, shout out to the Pacers, man. Now, in our trade news, man, we had a big trade. So anybody that knows me I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, but I like to rep a team out west just cause it kind of gives me I don't know, like some suspense. Like if I'm wrong in the East, I could be right in the West. It kind of gives me like that little wiggle room. Because growing up, I was a diehard Kobe Bryant fan. I only rooted for the Lakers, right? I used to root for the Bulls still, but the Bulls was okay back then. So it wasn't really much to root for until D Rose came. But diehard Laker fan, so I was always diehard Kobe Bryant fan, so I was always rooting for the Lakers. But my team out west for I say the past 3-4 years has been Dallas and Memphis. I rooted for Dallas last year because the whole Memphis squad was hurt. But I love Memphis. I love Desmond Bane. I love Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr. I love they trio. Obviously, they just broke it up. Desmond Bane, my guy, has been sent to the Orlando Magic. He's been sent there for KCP, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 first-round pick swap. Some people saying that's a lot for Desmond Bane. Like, you crazy? As you've been watching Bane, bro, a hooper. I'm mad we just traded him. Like, what's KCP dope. Shout out to him. Cole Anthony, cool, but I think what's gonna make people okay with this trade is the picks, the first 4-round picks, and the pick swap. That's gonna make people cool with this trade. Other than that, people would be upset. I know Ja upset because that's his boy, but part of the business, man. You got to keep it pushing. As far as Orlando, I think this helps them a little. I don't know. I got to see it to really see what they're going to do with this. As far as the team makeup. But for Memphis, I don't know, man. It seems like Memphis getting ready to rebuild. It's like they getting ready to, find a new identity. I'm thinking what's going on. Like, so I wouldn't be shocked if Ja was next. I wouldn't be shocked. Now, I would be shocked if Ja asked for a trade because I think he loves it in Memphis. But I wouldn't be shocked if Memphis put him on that trading block. Obviously, Ja's had some public image issues where, people are trying to compare him to a gangster or whatever. But still Ja, man. He still put people in them seats, still make people watch. He's one of the 4 players for me that he's playing, I'm watching. You know what I mean? He's like that for a lot of people. So if you Memphis, this wouldn't be the smartest thing to do because, you got to replace that with something, right? Like, you need somebody else to put people in the seats. And I love Jaren Jackson Jr., but he ain't one of those that, like, I'm going to watch the game because he playing. You know what I mean? He ain't one of those. But, yeah, so shout out to Memphis, man. They trying to make some moves. I don't really know what's in the draft that they looking at with all these picks, but you never know. You might look up tomorrow and they draft a guy and you never heard of him and he'll hooper. That happens all the time. Plenty of teams draft people you never heard of and they really a hooper. So it's like, shout out to Memphis. Now, as far as Desmond Bane, I want my bro to go out there and do his thing. You in Orlando now in the East is a lot easier. Orlando made the playoffs. They took on the Boston Celtics, so you can't hold that against them. If he was there, probably be the same result, but still, you know what I mean? I think there'll be a higher seed than that. I think they could take a few spots from teams out there in the East. We see what Indiana's doing. I ain't had them doing none of this, and they in the finals. You know what I mean? Like, so you never know. You know what I mean? It might be a nice little squad out there in Orlando. I might check in a few games just to see how it look. And, shout out to Bane, though. Now, our last topic, man, we have the Chicago Sky. The Chicago Sky right now ranked number 11th overall because the way they do it in the WNBA is they only have 13 teams in the WNBA, right? I ain't even know this. I thought every major city had a team. I thought every team in the NBA had a WNBA team. That's not true. It's only 13 teams. So these teams play each other all the time. That's why the Fever Sky game came back so quick. That's what shocked me. But so over the past games, they've been like I think like 1-2. They had to blow out to the Fever again, which was crazy, right? And Caitlin Clark ain't even play, so that definitely was a bad look. They lost to the champs, New York Liberty, but that's cool. Angel Reese had a bounce back game. She had like 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. So shout out to her hooping. And they just won yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. They just won yesterday. They beat the Connecticut Suns, and Angel Reese had a triple double, her first triple double of her career. So you know what I mean? Shout out to the Sky, man. Obviously, they gotta win some more games. They 11 ranked. I'm not sure how the playoffs work. I'm gonna figure it out as we keep going. It's like my first time really watching the WNBA season, so I'm not sure how they playoff system work. They might have a play in too, but yeah, Chicago Sky, man, they gotta bounce back. Obviously, ranked 11th ain't good. That's almost dead last, right? Because it's only 13 teams, so yeah, they gotta bring it up. Angel having a bounce back game. She doing her thing. Camila Cardoso doing her thing. They got them twin towers, so hopefully they can make some noise, man. I want to see the Chicago Sky win some. They won a championship not too long ago when Candace Parker was here, but I ain't watching. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even know that, to be honest with y'all. But shout out to Candace Parker. Wish she was around right now, right? With all this attention going to the WNBA. I know she'll do her thing, but yeah, man. Shout out to the Chicago Sky. Shout out to Angel Reese and all the guys, all the ladies over there. Pardon me, I'm so used to saying the guys. Shout out to all the ladies over there doing their thing. And yeah, man, that's the JM show for today. I'm back on regular scheduled program, and I'll be back next Monday. We should have a champion by then. So then I'm gonna do my point tally and how I look throughout these playoffs. So yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. Love.